Hi, I'm Rachel, and I've posted a lot of videos, as you know, a lot of music, and the famous Toyota Echo video that's going nuts with views. But the reason I am here is because I really felt a nudge to do this. You can see that I'm in a hospital gown, I'm in a rehab. I took a spill, was it a week ago Wednesday, which was around the 9th or something, I'm not even sure of the date. And I took a spill down my living room steps and had a horrible fall. And I pretty much shattered my ankle, lower leg. I don't know, it was a compound double open fracture. And I'm not going to get into any other gruesome details. You can use your imagination for that. But anyway, the reason I'm here to talk about this is because God has amazingly shown up. And I just feel like if there's anybody out there who's going through a super traumatic, tough time, I'm gonna try not to cry. But I feel like, when we share in these times, that God can use it to help others. Okay, so I came here, Sunday evening. I'm not even going to worry about the dates. It's immaterial. I come here on a Sunday evening, and I wake up Monday morning, and it was snowing out. That's right, it was snowing. And I hear birds outside the window. And actually, I was in the hospital before this. I should clarify this a little. After the fall, I was ambulanced to a trauma ER, had surgery hours later with where they just put bandages and metal bars and horrible things called a fixator, which is on there temporarily while they keep an eye on everything. And I return to the surgeons who then have another surgery to get a cast, I'm hoping they can fix all this, because shattered ankle, mangled mess, it's crazy. But that's not the point I want to focus on here. What I want to focus on is God and His presence and the reality, the reality of His closeness. So then Sunday night, I come from the hospital to this rehab. Beautiful rehab, kind people, so thankful. And anyway, it's snowing out, and I'm waking up, and I hear birds outside the window, and God knows my heart, I love birds. And I have bird feeders and all that stuff, but I hear these birds tweeting outside the window. And then a little while later, I'm sat up on this recliner, and I look out the window, and this little sparrow comes up to the windowsill and just peers his little head in and looks at me. And then I see these little birds flitting back and forth in front of the window. And I thought, isn't there a scripture for that? I know that there's something about, God talks about sparrows in the Bible, and it was sparrows. So then the verse, I looked it up in the search on the YouVersion Bible app, which is amazing, highly recommend it. And this is what I find. What is the price of 2 sparrows? But not a single sparrow can fall to the ground without your Father knowing it, and the very hairs on your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are more valuable to God than a whole flock of sparrows. So that was that. So I read that. And then I was so moved because I knew, it sounds silly, it was a bird, but I knew in my heart that was God showing me He's close to me. And then I take out my little devotional. I just depend on God with my life all the time, and now it's like, whoa, much more. This devotional, I don't know if it'll come out backwards, Jesus Calling, it's a daily thing, and they take scriptures and they gear them so that you feel like you're being spoken to directly. So I open it up, and remember, the birds were hovering by the window, and this is what I read, and this is after the bird incident. I am ever so near you, hovering over your shoulder, reading every thought. Let me be your positive focus. When you look to me, knowing me as God with you, you experience joy. And I did in that moment. I did, even with all this going on. And then, later that evening, I put Pandora on, to play some music, and I put on Fernando Ortega, who I really just love his music. And this song came on that I've heard a lot, and I've always liked it, called Jesus, King of Angels. And in one of the verses, it's such a beautiful song. I highly recommend you go listen to it if you're interested. Fernando Ortega, Jesus, King of Angels. Beautiful. Here's this one verse that comes up, okay? The universe is vast beyond the stars, but you are mindful when the sparrow falls, and mindful of the anxious thoughts that find me, surround me, and bind me. And I shared this little story with one of the nurses here. And when I said to her, this was the first song that came on when I put the music on that evening, that same day, and my husband was here, and I looked at him, and I just burst in tears. I said, there's the sparrow thing again, you know? It was just very moving. So the reason I wanted to post this is because I can't really do anything at home. I don't know if I'll even get my guitar here. I don't know. That would be nice. But anyway, I just wanted to share this to encourage anybody who's going through some really severe trauma and scary unknown. I don't know what's going to happen with this. They don't know till they get in there what's going to happen. As far as this, she told me, as far as the surgery and all that, I don't know what the outcome of all this is going to be. But I know who is with me no matter what. God is with me. He goes before me. He's around me, and he never leaves my side. He never abandons me. There's times I will say, I don't feel it. I don't feel him. But he always has proven himself to me, no matter what, to be faithful over and over and over. When I ask for something from him, I say, I need something from you, God. I need something. He comes through. And another thing was, the same day of the bird, the first full day that I was in this rehab, a woman comes up to me and she says, I saw a lady in one of those once. She had one of those things on, the fixator. And she said, and you know what? She later she walked, and I was like, that was such a blessing to hear that. It was almost like, is that a word from you too, Lord? Is that what you're showing me? So I'm just trusting him one step at a time, and I have much to learn. And I'm hoping that I will learn and he will show me things that I can then help others with. That's my hope in all of this. But of course, my greatest hope is that everything's going to heal and be okay, and I'll walk again, because it was my greatest joy, is taking walks in nature. This is the biggest test I think that I have ever gone through in my life. But again, we do not lose heart. Though our outward man is wasting away, the inward self is being renewed day by day. That's been my scripture this year, and I had no idea it was going to take me here. And that's 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. So please let me know if this helps anyone. I just consider this a testimony of God's love and presence in the deepest, darkest times in our lives. He's there. And he wants me to grow even closer and deeper in him. So thank you for listening, and I hope that you could get something from this that could help you. Bye-bye.